It allows everyone from all walks of life, including yourself, Drake, to strive and be great and tell your story in a musical platform. And we all of us in the reaction community, commentary community, and just the general consensus of consumers love shit for that. And what you are trying to do will not do it any justice. The same culture that you claim to love and will never die, you will be the killer of it. Young black man, just be who you are. Young black man, you were meant to be a star. Young black man, keep yourself away from violence. Back at you with another video. You already know how we coming in this month, man. Yesterday I was scrolling down the timeline and I seen that Drake dropped his petition, and I was like, that makes sense. I don't really think you had a case to begin with, but you know, I seen that he dropped the petition. And I was like, oh, that makes sense. But I thought you was doing it for the artists. I thought you was making it a safer place for artists. You know the whole reason why you was doing this. It wasn't about ego. It wasn't about feeling embarrassed. It wasn't about losing the beef. It was about making it a safer place for artists. And we're going to get into the fact that Drake just went to the feds and snitched. And before we do that, could you please like, share, and subscribe? And if you're interested, please go follow me on Twitch. You can go follow me on IG. I got about 200 new followers on Instagram, so obviously it's working. Thank you guys so much. And let's talk about it. Why do we really think Drake is doing this? And I have two theories that fit for me. One is genuinely that Drake feels like the label smutted his name out. And he's just not going for it. And I say that because usually the simplest answer is the right one. It's not as convoluted as wanting to fix the labels for all of the artists coming up. You didn't care about that because you was taking 110% from smaller artists that was working with you on that come up. And if you do not know what I'm talking about, you can watch this video here where Drake was taking all of people's budgets. So I cannot believe that it's about you helping artists that are coming up. It can't be. But it also could be that Drake was in the works for a deal of a magnitude of 500 million plus. That probably been in the works for a few years. Let's just say with Nike. Let's just use Nike as an example. Drake's in a $500 million plus deal, and because of this Kendrick Lamar thing, the deal gets scrapped. And that makes sense to me because defamation's already hard to prove. And you're basically saying that the label defamed you. Defamation is hard to prove. But one thing that you definitely need in order to bring a defamation case is the person you think that defamed you. And that would be Kendrick Lamar. The label didn't say those words. Kendrick Lamar did. And since Kendrick Lamar isn't named in this lawsuit as the defamer, then your defamation kind of goes out the window. I can believe that Drake is trying to create a base level of what would they call it? Precedent in order to argue damages about something completely different. So in my head, I go, first I have to prove that the label was complicit in my downfall or complicit in the argument that in the push of me being this PDF file, right? Once I can prove that in court, I can then prove damages. I can say I had this big $500 million deal that was going through, and because of this push of this narrative, I lost that deal, and you're culpable of it. You're culpable of paying me in damages. That's the only other reason I can think of it. I just cannot believe that it's an ego thing because nothing Drake has done thus far helps his ego. If you're just trying to do something to smooth out your ego, sending academics out there to say all of the crazy things on your behalf, all of the stupid shit you've done, none of this is helping your ego. So I cannot believe it's about ego. I have to believe it is solely about money. Drake is Jewish. I think it's about money. Okay, cool. Talked a lot. Okay, can we please get into the funny parts of this lawsuit? So One of the parts that I think is super interesting that I didn't hear a lot of people talk about because everybody's talking about the YouTubers, which we will cover, is that Drake is using tweets to argue that Kendrick Lamar is anti-Semitic and not like us by its inception is also anti-Semitic. So here's some of the tweets that Drake's lawyers use in order to say that Not Like Us is anti-Semitic and it's racist and all of these things, right? These are tweets. These aren't lyrics from the song. These aren't things Kendrick Lamar said. These are just tweets from bots on the internet, okay? One says, I'll say it. Them J words are colonizers. That's who Drake represents. We gotta take our music back from those devils. The next one says, on a deeper level, they not like us. Understand Drake is I don't even know what that word is. And I'm not gonna say it just in case. If you know the history, you know that they stole the identity of the true biblical Semitic Israelites, US, and are claiming to be J people today. So when Kendrick says you're not a colleague, you're a colonizer, it's much deeper than rap. If you know, you know. I don't want to get into none of that. I don't want to get into none of that. Stop by Compton's Tim's number 21 with the homie for some burgers and to call Drake a JPDF. You know I had to do it to him. Not like us. I guess this is a picture. Bro, Drake is a colonizer because he's Jew. I just think this is such a it's so weak. It's such a weak argument. I don't even know what you're trying to prove with this argument. I think they threw everything in here and was like, let's just hope a few things stick and then we can do X, Y, and Z. Now, let's get into the meat and potatoes of this because I do not want to make this a long video. The YouTubers. And the YouTubers are pissed at Drake. I think this leads to a bigger conversation. Let's just read what it says. YouTuber Z's posted a 15-minute video of his reaction to the recording of his YouTube channel, which has 4.9 million subscribers. As of the date filing, the video has 6.6 million views. On May 5th, the Twitch streamer RDC Gaming posted his reaction by depicting the image and using the recording. As of the date the filing, the video has 4.5 million views. Twitch streamer Kai Cenat posted a 20-minute video of his reaction to the recording on his YouTube channel, which has 11.6 million subscribers. The video's thumbnail depicts the image. As of this date, the video has 9 million views. Okay, this is where Drake, for me, ruins everything. Let's start here. Not only are you using this lawsuit as a way to attack free speech, because let's argue, music is supposed to be free speech. This is the same conversations we're having when we talk about the Young Thug trial, when we talk about the YNW Melly trial. We're talking about not being able to use lyrics in court cases, right? That's a precedent you're trying to set. Now, it's in a different realm, but precedent is precedent. If it's something a lawyer could reach back to that's close enough, and let's just say this is a federal court filing. If a lawyer in a federal murder charge later in next 10 years can go back and be like, well, in this Drake case in 2025, he used Kendrick Lamar's lyrics to prove defamation, because it becomes precedent. That doesn't help rap in any way, shape, or form, because rap is built on the competitive nature of one another. It's everyone being competitive, trying to push this thing to whatever limits and levels they think they could, whatever ceilings they could break. But in rap, a lot of it is it's just rap beefing. It's about proving I'm better than the guy you think is better than me. And in that, people say things that aren't true. People say things that are true. People say things that are crazy. But that's the part of the game. It's like if people got so mad at Steph Curry for being a nice three-point shooter, they argued to just take the three-point line away. That's what you're doing. You're arguing to take the three-point line away at this point. On another note, adding these YouTubers creates precedent also. It creates precedent that, let's say this court case goes in the way Drake says he wants it to. It creates the precedent that all reaction channels are culpable to slander or defamation in some way, shape, or form. That you can use these reaction channels as a way to say, hey, since people are reacting to it, then I'm being defamed. And to me, I just think this is all crazy. I think this is all wicked. I do think Drake is actually going to ruin not just the music industry, but the reaction community and the commentary community as we know it. Because overall, all these people did, including myself, was just react to a beef. Not only did we react to Kendrick Lamar, but we reacted to Drake. We reacted to when Drake said Kendrick Lamar was an abuser. We reacted to when Drake said Kendrick Lamar was small and had little feet. We reacted to all of it. So I don't know what you're trying to prove here, but I promise you, if it goes the way you think it is, not only will hip-hop hate you, but I would argue everyone will hate you. Creators across the board will hate you. This doesn't look like it feels right. It just doesn't feel right. It feels like you're trying to implicate people who are not. You in this same lawsuit, you said it's payola. Now, I know that all payola is that you can't pay someone to promote a product without them telling you they were paid to promote a product. Now, as far as that goes for YouTubers, it's a little bit different. But you know, the reaction community, like, all of my Drake and Kendrick Lamar reactions are copyright striked. They all have copyrights on them. I didn't get no money from them. Maybe some bigger creators made some money before Kendrick put the copyrights back on, but I didn't make a dime. I wasn't even monetized then. I did it, and we all probably did it for the love of the game, because we love hip-hop, because hip-hop's amazing. And this is one of the greatest creations, musical creations that's ever been created. I don't care who you try to... Rap is one of the greatest musical genres that's ever been created. It is one of the furthest boundary pushing genres that's ever been created. It allows everyone from all walks of life, including yourself, Drake, to strive and be great and tell your story in a musical platform. And we all of us in the reaction community, commentary community, and just the general consensus of consumers love this shit for that. And what you are trying to do will not do it any justice. The same culture that you claim to love and will never die, you will be the killer of it. That's really all I got. And with that being said, MESN gang, to all of my reaction channels, I wish you guys the best. I'm so glad this channel's still small. I would hate to pop up in a Drake lawsuit, because I'm about to pop up at Drake's house. Sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas I'm out.